Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us all here today. Today's shiur should be Le'ilu Nishmas, our dear friend Menachem ben Yisrael Yaakov, as well as my dear aunt Rivka Bas Gavriel Tzvi, and for Zaidi, Reb Shmuel ben Yosef Dov HaKohen, and B'schus L'Refuah Shalema Bekarov, Mishalom ben Sarachol, Miriam Basara, and Yair Yeshia ben Chaya Atara. Today, we are on page 195 in the Ora Vigdor, for those who are following along. And we are continuing the footprint with this introduction that we're doing in Perek Revi, in this fourth Perek, and how and where to apply Bitachon. And we're just laying out kind of the footprint and understanding the different categories as to where Bitachon might apply. And then we're going to get into the crux of it over the next couple of weeks as to how we apply that, when to apply that, the correct way, the improper way. And so yesterday we finished off talking about the worldly matters concerning the world to come and how Bitachon applies to those in that individual category. So, the things of this world that a person does for benefit in the world to come. So, how we have Bitachon for things that we do in this world that are helping us prepare for the day, hopefully, that when we go up to Shemayim, right? And so things of that are broken into two parts. One includes the mitzvos that we do with our mind and our body that only affect us, and we gave some examples, and some of those examples might be keeping Shabbos. There's a mitzvah to love Hashem, to fear Hashem, to put on tzitzis, to do things like that, to fill in. All those things, those only affect you and you alone. If you put on tzitzis, it's great. If you don't put on tzitzis, no one else gets punished for it, only you alone. Or, whatever the mitzvah is or the very is that you don't need another person, that's your issue. Now, in the second, and his actions for this in particular thing won't hurt anyone else. And the second part is obligations that you can only be fulfilled together with another person, where one is active and the other one is passive. Like tzedakah and chesed, to teach people things, right? It's one thing to love Hashem and to believe in Hashem, and it's another thing to teach others about Hashem. That's a separate thing. And telling people to do good, and to teach people how to refrain from doing avodas. That's that part. And the second category, matters of this world to come. So there's two parts to the matters of the world to come. One of them is about the mitzvos that we do in this world, preparing for that. That was broken into two categories. And now the second full category of that for the world to come is vinyane olam haba. The things of the world to come where we use the midah of Bitachon, yecholku l'shnei chalakim. Now, understand, this has nothing to do with things that we do in this world. It's just a Bitachon that we have for the upcoming inevitable when we go up to Shemayim. Echad mehem hagmul haro. One is to have trust in Hashem that He will grant you a fitting reward for your behavior. Meaning, so the first part of this is that when you go up to, on this world, you have full Bitachon that Hashem is going to reward you on the world to come in accordance with what makes sense, that you did an X amount of tzedakahs and mitzvos, and you're going to get particular reward. And the same thing goes for averos. You understand that if you're a Baal Avera and you're coming up there, understand Hashem is going to repay you in accordance with that level of averos that you did. That's the first part. That the second part is that we do believe and trust that Hashem is going to provide an exceptional reward, something beyond the call of duty for those people who go above and beyond the call of duty on this world, who are people that we call them the Hasidim, and the people who are super, super holy, those people that we believe and trust that when they come to Shemayim, they're not just going to be rewarded based on their mitzvos or averos, but in this case mitzvos, for what they have done in this world, but Hashem is going to go and give them extra abundance. And that's something that many of us might not ever succeed, but it's something that we should aspire to. And it's something that we have to trust and understand that concept is available to us. And then, just to recap real quick, the 7 areas of this Bitachon. And tomorrow, Mitzvah Hashem, we're going to start going into the crux of it. But the really breaking down the 7 areas of Bitachon is V'hine kol advam sheboitchem mehem kol habari yizbarach shiva chalakim. Echa mehem in yonah guf ha'adam bavad. One pertains to just a person's body, your health, your sustenance, what you need to eat, what you need to do to keep yourself healthy. V'hasheni is in yonah ha'oines v'siba hatarpa. The second pertains to your financial well-being, your properties, how you earn your living, the money you have in your bank, your portfolio, all those things. Vashlishi, the third area, is that pertains to the bitachon you have for your wife, your children, your friends, and your enemies as well. We're going to get into that later. The fourth area pertains to those mitzvahs of the mind and the limbs that affect just the person himself, like we just said. Those are the mitzvahs that you do for yourself, the personal mitzvahs. If you do them, nobody else gets rewarded. If you don't do them, nobody else gets punished. Those are on you and you alone. That's that. And the fifth area pertains to mitzvahs or averos, either one, that has to do with other people. So tzedakah, you have to give someone else tzedakah, helping somebody out. Or if you tell someone, if you're negative to someone, if you make fun of someone, lashon hara, that's also, you require a second person. You need to refrain from those things. V'hashishi, the sixth area, pertains to ashayeh b'fi hamasa ba'olam hazeh, is understanding and trusting that we will be rewarded in accordance to our level of what we supply to Hashem on this world. When we did our mitzvahs and masim tov, how much we did for Hashem is how much we might be rewarded in the world to come. Vashvi, and the final one is Gemola Olam Haba, is that believing and trusting that Hashem is all loving and caring, that if you go beyond the call of duty, above and beyond the call of duty, Hashem will also go above and beyond the call of duty when it comes to Shemaim, and is going to give you a lot more schusim, a lot higher level of Gan Eden than you actually deserve based on what you have done. And he says over here, how great is your kindness that we say in Tehillim, that you hide away for those who fear you. That basically Hashem is putting away on the side special treatment for those people, the VVVIP people. That you do for those who trust in you and are against other people. And Mitzvah, before we go into it tomorrow, understand then when we're going to break down these different areas, the 7 different areas, and how we have Bitachon, when it's appropriate to apply it, when it's not appropriate to apply, we're going to see, and we have to always understand, at the end of the day, Bitachon is not a method of coping in your day-to-day in lieu of. Meaning you can't sit around on the couch and say, I have Bitachon, I'm not going to work because Hashem is going to help me. You cannot leave your front door open if you live in the Bronx and expect that nothing bad is going to happen. Don't leave your car unlocked with $1 million in cash sitting on the chair and thinking that no one's going to take it. Well, even if it's locked, it might get taken, but that's besides the point. The point that we're making over here is that your Bitachon has to also be put in line with a certain level of hishtadlus that you need to do, which is in your control. What's above and beyond your control, that you can't, and that's where Bitachon sits in. And that is precisely what we're going to learn, how and where Bitachon applies. That we all know that don't go in front of a bus and expect not to be hit by the bus because I have Bitachon. Oh, if Hashem wants me to die, I'm going to die anyway, it doesn't matter. If Hashem wants me to live, this bus can't do anything. I'm going to be like Superman, I'm going to stop it. Right? I mean, the bus is going to fly over my head. That's not going to happen. So we're going to learn that the appropriate ways when, where, and how to apply Bitachon on these 7 categories. That's what we're going to be going through, Mitzvah Hashem, over the next couple of weeks. Thank you, everyone, for joining us all here today, and I love you all.